Yo, let me straighten this out, man. What's up, man? Um, this is the first time I've done this much work, videos on this channel in one day, but I had to do this one video real quick because a subscriber asked me to do it. So I appreciate the questions. Y'all can feel free to ask questions all day. You know what I'm saying? I answer them the best way I can. That's just what it's about. But you already know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So the question was why, I think the guy named is Sean. So Sean was happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy you asked this question. Um, why is it so hard to explain to your family members, I guess people around you, what you went through? Um, I kind of addressed this in my previous video. And honestly, that's like one of the main reasons why I even decided to do this, because most people don't understand it. They don't get it. It's so hard to explain to your homeboys, to your mom and your dad, to your grandma, to your granddaddy, about what you actually have been through and who put you through it and what they represent, because they don't have a clue. This is more something that what has basically transpired is they have give this type of behavior an identity. So now we can actually identify and say that's what this is, because people have been doing this for a long time. This ain't just started with us. This has been going on for a long time. It's mostly identified with male behavior, and you know, and now I think people are more identified with females too, because of the access to social media and just how it kind of shows people for who they are. People are actually able to be themselves more. But your mama, your dad, your uncles, your aunt, they're not going to understand it unless they have, most of them have a history with, have educated themselves in psychology, or just any type of human behavior. You know what I'm saying? Most people who familiar with human behavior, they can identify this. But if you just want to go to someone who's been working in the plant all their life, or a woman who just don't know, they're gonna say something like, "Oh, it just sounds like somebody playing games," which they're actually kind of correct, but it's hard for them to understand the type of effect that it has on a person, because they don't know. If you haven't, like somebody who I spoke with today, they asked me a question. They said that people who watch this channel, or watch these channels, they want to see receipts. And I'm kind of like, if you've been through it, you are the receipt. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, you can't help but know that. But you have to like live through it in order to identify it. If you haven't experienced it, then this is something that you're not going to really just take to. You know what I'm saying? So most people, they have been through it, but they just didn't know what it was. They just thought that it was dealing with somebody who was just full of shit, which is true, but it's just more to it than that. So it's always going to be hard, man, to explain to somebody. Listen, I can tell you this right now. I am the only person in my immediate family who is on this shit. Ain't nobody else is on this. I can't go to my mom and just hold this conversation about this with my mom. I can't go to my dad and do this with him. I can't go to my uncle and do this. I can't go to my cousin and do it. They don't get it. I have to talk to somebody completely different for them to understand and they actually get it. And the only reason they understand and get it is because they literally have been through it too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's kind of like, for example, like, how everybody was like kind of caught up with the Illuminati at one point, and people was talking about how it was tied into music and all of that. And it's kind of like, it's like diving in this deep hole, and it's like the more you research, the more you look, you're going deep and deep and deeper, and then you turn around and try to explain this to somebody, and they don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's kind of similar to that, but this just has more substance to it. You know what I'm saying? And so don't feel bad, don't feel awkward. You only speak with people, you only talk to people who actually have knowledge of this, because some people just don't know. Now, what's funny is that I can talk to somebody and ask them about a previous relationship or something like that, and I start naming behaviors or something that the narcissist does, and they'll say, "Hey, I went through that." So it's people that have been through it; they just don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's just difficult. It's just something that it's kind of, it's not new, but it's something that's picking up a lot of steam, and a lot of people don't have knowledge of this. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point of this, because when I went through it, somebody told me about it, but I never knew. So I went out my way and I started researching and I started looking and I started trying to find everything I could find possible about this. And then I went back in it with some of the knowledge I knew, but I didn't really understand it like all the way to the fullest, and fucked around and got caught back up in a narcissistic relationship, and end up paying again. But it's just one of them things where you just got to live it to understand it, and it's just hard for people to kind of realize it. You know what I'm saying, or grasp what you're saying. Everybody just ain't gonna do it. But that's what this channel is for. It's to educate people. It's for you guys to identify it. I don't expect anybody to, just because you're listening to a video or two, and you're currently, because this is still a lot of people who's currently still dealing with narcissists. They're still in their lives. They still, sleeping with them. They still, going out with them. They still communicating with them. The thing about it is narcissists, they could be normal one day. They just not, it's not like this is their whole mood 24/7. They gonna act normal, like normal people, but they just gonna do what they do. And when they do it, you like, oh, I fell for it again, or oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to, like, be strong, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just be strong, and like I said before, this is what this channel's for, to be able to communicate, to be able to talk and converse. You ask me questions, and I'm not one of those, content creators to where I'm like, don't look at nobody else. It's other channels that have just as much knowledge as I do, even more. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage people to go and look at those channels. You're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're not tripping. You're not, flipping out. What you feel and what you're thinking is real. And this is something that has happened to me. It obviously happened to you. And it happens to millions of other people. And, hopefully we all can come to a point where this is something that is common and normal, that everybody can understand and can talk about it. And we can try our best to try to maybe help these people keep putting these folks through the same cycle over and over again, because, that is something that's really damaging to a lot of people. It's life changing. It's life changing experience. I can honestly really sit up here and say, I would never be the same again. You know what I'm saying? I will never be the same person ever again off that situation. That person that did that to me, I'm not angry at them. I done forgave them. You think I got to the point where I take the lesson, and it motivated me to even get to the point where I'm, starting this channel, or I did this channel. So, like, it's all about understanding your lesson and what you went through. You know what I'm saying? If nobody else can understand it, it's okay. That's what platforms like this on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, or whatever, are here for. So you could talk to people and deal with people who can relate to you. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I answered your question. Um, I do it the best way possible, but feel free to ask me any more questions. I love y'all, man. Let's join together. Let's, beat this. Let's heal together. Let's take off and, you know, like make our lives, complete and, have purpose and have meaning to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I thank y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Much love, man. Y'all be easy, man. I have a good night.